if you're someone who is in the beginning stages of listening to your intuition, trying to figure out how to tap into it, how to figure out how to hear it more, trying to also decipher whether it's your intuition talking to you or your egotistical, like fear-based thoughts, I am here to bless you, because I wish that I was told some of these things when I first started hearing my intuition and like was trying to learn more about it. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Sabrina and welcome to my channel. Here we talk about everything positive mindset, mental health, and law of attraction related. Today I feel very inspired to talk about how to trust your intuition. The first thing I want you guys to realize is how important it is to just quiet your mind. So your brain is constantly like jumbled thoughts all the time. Experts say, I want to say we have about 70,000 thoughts per day, and that is a lot. That's a lot. And if we don't calm our minds down and we keep it jumbled, keep all of these thoughts going around day in and day out, which what most of us do, unintentionally, that's just how it is. If we do that, it is very hard to hear our intuition because like our mind is so jumbled. So then when our intuition tries to come in, it's like mixed in with the jumbledness. And when you do hear it, it's like, you're like kind of confused, like, was that my intuition? I don't know. And something that's really important is to just quiet your mind. Of course, I'm sure you've heard this, but meditation is probably the most productive thing you can do for that, and especially silent meditations. So for the past like 2-3 years maybe, I have been doing guided meditations on YouTube, and then recently I felt like my intuition was telling me to do silent ones, and it has been a game changer. I've been getting so many more downloads. I've been just hearing my intuition so much more, getting so many more breakthroughs. So really like embrace the silence. I know it takes some getting used to. Meditation is definitely a practice. Like you can't, it's like going to the gym. You aren't going to go to the gym one time and expect to have like the 6-pack abs and the big ass, right? You need to do it consistently in order to get the results. And meditation is like a workout for your mind because we're so not used to silencing our minds. It's like so weird to us because we're so used to being like on the go, and even when we go to bed, like half of us can't even fall asleep because we have so many thoughts going on in our mind. Meditation is so important to clear out those thoughts, especially silent meditations, because you're no longer like focused on anything. You're really blanking everything out, clearing everything out, and that gives a clean slate for your intuition to come in loud and clear. And even if you don't hear your intuition during meditation, sometimes you will get your breakthroughs and like things you need to hear right after or like later that day. But either way, clearing your mind sets that clean slate for that information to come in and really help you out. Another thing you can do to clear your mind is to embrace the silence really at like all times. So say you're in the car driving somewhere, wherever you need to go, instead of turning on the radio, instead of listening to a book or a podcast or whatever you do listen to in the car, try just nothing. And I know it's really weird, it may feel really weird, but it is really important. It helps your mind like settle down its chaotic thoughts, and it really helps it like, instead of like this, it's like slow, you know? Do you get what I'm saying? Like it really helps to settle out your mind. And a lot of times our breakthroughs, like our intuition speaks the loudest. Like we really get something when we're like in the shower or like on the toilet, you know, when we're just not really doing anything. So really intentionally make a point to embrace the silence. And that's something I've been challenging myself with lately. And the results have been fantastic. I felt more relaxed and at ease to begin with. But I've definitely been getting more breakthroughs. My intuition has been a lot more clear because I have been allowing my mind to calm down and giving my intuition more space to come in. And another thing I want to get to is deciphering whether it's your intuition or not your intuition, because sometimes we have these thoughts where it's like, is that my intuition telling me to do something, or is that fear-based thoughts? Or like, for example, when I first My first time I heard my intuition, it was telling me to start a business like 2 years ago. Business/YouTube channel. But I had never really listened to my intuition before, so I was kind of confused, and it seemed very illogical because at that time I was trying to get into nursing school. That's what I had planned to do my entire life. I had set my entire life to go to nursing school. And then all of a sudden I'm getting the intuition to not go to nursing school and to start a business and start a YouTube channel. And I was like, what? And that was also at the time that I started to get into personal development books because I was trying to heal some things that were going on with myself. And I was like, am I feeling this way because I'm reading personal development books and these people who are people who have started their businesses? Are they just rubbing off on me and now I want to start a business because I'm reading about them? Or I was just trying to come up with all these different excuses of why, not excuses, but reasons of why I was thinking those thoughts, when really it was my intuition telling me to completely turn the other direction and that nursing was not the path for me. So to decipher if it's your intuition or fear-based thoughts or whatever, there's a couple things. Always ask yourself, is it going to be expansive or is the thought kind of coming from fear? So, okay, for example, say that your intuition tells you you feel like you should go to Bali. And then you see on the news, it's a bad time to go to Bali, there's a outbreak, you shouldn't travel, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, is this my intuition telling me to not go to Bali now because the news is saying this? What should I do? What's my intuition telling me to do? And which one feels expansive? And which one feels that it's out of fear? And most likely, your intuition is telling you to actually go despite whatever excuse, whatever thing is going on, because what is there is something life-changing, something you need to do, something is part of your mission. And the fear-based thoughts are just fear-based thoughts, and you need to kind of just bypass that. So I really hope that those couple analogies help you to decipher what is what. Another thing really quick that I wanted to add in, I'm sorry if there's any kind of angle shift, but also if you are wondering if it's your intuition or not trying to tell you to do something that's really cool that you can do is to ask the universe to send you a sign to see kind of which path you should go on. And what you do is, I got this from Ella Ringrose. I don't want to take credit for this, but I've been doing it and it really does work. It's kind of crazy how well it works. So you just start off, dear universe, show me blank within the next 24 hours if I should blank. So for me, something that I did for this was I felt like my intuition was telling me to start a podcast. So I recorded a couple podcasts, but to me, they felt kind of rambly. A lot of times people would be like, you need an intro and you need to tell people, give people points of 1, 2, 3, what they need to do. It's just a whole thing that you have to plan out. And my intuition was don't do that. You need to be free-flowing, speak from your heart. So I recorded a couple. They seemed rambly, just not at all what the typical person would suggest you do if you have good content. And so I asked the universe, dear universe, please show me and I picked a plastic orange. I know, super random. Please show me a plastic orange if I'm meant to post these podcasts. And the next day, I'm a waitress right now, and I'm working on making my business full-time because I'm very, very passionate about what I'm teaching, and I really want to give people the kind of results that I have gotten. So anyway, 2 seconds of walking into work. This is 8 hours after I set the intention, after I said the Dear Universe thing, and a random plastic orange was sitting up by the bar. What? So random, the most random spot. There is no other way, and I don't believe there are coincidences anymore. I definitely believe that everything is a synchronicity. So that was weird. And I've also done it a few other times and have always gotten a response. Sometimes you don't get a response, and that's also an answer too. But yeah, that is how I did it, and it definitely works. So try that out if you really are wondering if it's your intuition trying to speak to you, or wondering what path you should take, or wondering what you should do, or what action to take, and the universe will respond. Also, if you do feel like your intuition is telling you to do something and you're nervous to take action on it, one, I want you to write down everything your intuition is telling you to do, everything that you feel your intuition is telling you to do. if you like keep getting the same nudge to do something or to stop something or whatever, write it down and then take action on it. For example, my intuition was telling me to cut out coffee and replace it with tea. And I knew deep down that my intuition was telling me to do that, but it was, at the time, it felt so hard to cut out coffee, and I was like, maybe it's not telling me to do that. I was like making up excuses. And then later when I started to actually take action on it and really start to implement it, one, I started getting a lot of like signs that I was on the right path, such as like angel numbers or synchronicities. Like I was getting signs that like that's what I was supposed to do. And two, I felt so much better. I felt so much better. That's something you should always, okay, something that your intuition is telling you to do may not always feel really good at first. Like say your intuition is telling you to cut off certain friends or to break up with your partner. Like that's not going to feel good in the moment, but it is going to lead to expansion. I think that's what I mainly want to get at. Like if it feels expansive, like I was saying before, if it feels expansive, that's a big pointer that it's your intuition telling you to do something. Also, I want to make sure that you know to really don't delay in taking action on your intuition. Sometimes you can miss out on opportunities. I mean, the universe can definitely throw in later opportunities for you, but sometimes there is like divine timing and the universe is really trying to get you to do something at a certain time. So don't delay on what your intuition is trying to tell you to do. Especially if it is something that gets you out of your comfort zone. Getting out of your comfort zone creates growth, you know, and expansion. So that just goes hand in hand. And it may be fearful to get out of your comfort zone, but especially if it's something that's like really big, like for me, starting a YouTube channel seemed like really big and scary for me. It was like so out of my comfort zone. So just start like a little at a time. And really the only way to really get comfortable with getting out of your comfort zone is to take action on getting out of your comfort zone. Oh, sorry. Is to take action on getting out of your comfort zone and really build that confidence, because you can't, it's hard for you to build that confidence if you're not taking the action on it, if you're not like doing the things. Confidence, of course, like starts within, but it really helps exude that confidence when you take action. So if it's telling you to do something that's out of your comfort zone, girl, do it, because it will help you so much. And especially a lot of times our intuition may seem illogical. And I feel like the illogical things our intuition tells us to do are the most expansive things, because we, from our like limited view of perspective of how we see the world, we can't see all the opportunities, right? And the universe, God, whatever you believe in, I keep hitting things. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, sees it all, sees all the paths, all the different paths you could be taking. So if it tells you to go right instead of left, and you're like, I was supposed to go left, like I've been planning my whole life to go left, and now you're telling me to go right, what? Go right. Listen to your intuition, because it always knows best. It knows best for sure, 100%. So definitely practice meditating daily. I suggest daily, at least for 5 minutes. Start small and work your way up if you haven't meditated before. Silent meditations, I think, are key for listening to your intuition. And write down what you think your intuition is telling you. Take action on what your intuition is telling you, what you feel like your intuition is telling you. Even if it's just a little action. A little action is better than no action. It's a lot better than no action. The more you listen to your intuition, the more you take action on it, the more you get better at it. You know, listening to your intuition, like I was saying, is like a muscle. The more louder it's going to be, the more clear it's going to be, and the more you'll be able to like sit there and be like, okay, my intuition is telling me to do this. And I know it can be fearful to take action on some of these things, but it is ultimately for the better. So I really hope you guys got something out of this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who may need it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next video.